seem too little, like he doesn't have enough lift or just sheer height to get the openness of shot that he was getting in the earlier rounds.
Well, the thing is, Skip, if you watch when everybody else, he drives the lane and he can dislodge them from their spot. He can do that with Bruce Brown. He can do that with KCP. He can do that with Christian Brown. But Aaron Gordon at 245, 250, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
Gordon has beefed up, man.
Yeah, he's not getting dislodged from that spot, and so Jimmy can't dislodge him and just go right up over him like he can to other guys.
And listen, once upon a time, Aaron Gordon, as we saw in Slam Dunk Contest, he's got some leapers.
Oh, yeah, he's still
right?
young, yeah.
And yet he's put on beef, but he's got the combo of explosive athleticism and strength and sort of girth. He's got some more power to it.
And maybe that's the perfect setup. Because if you say Jimmy Butler's ankle is bothering him, he's not explosive enough to get by. So now Aaron Gordon, with that size, is able to you play right into his wheelhouse.
Okay. So Jimmy is Jimmy. He can be tough to coach. He can be tough to live with. He can be tough on his teammates in a good way. And yet he's so prideful. He just keeps on doing exactly what he's doing his whole career. He keeps guaranteeing victories. And now, as we're about to discuss, this is it.
Yeah.
So I keep saying, I think I've said it for 5 straight games.
Right.
I need to see a little more playoff Jimmy. I saw some flashes the other night.
A lot of it.
Yeah, like
Skip, I don't know if you can win a series with your best player shooting 40% from the floor. No. Now you can win with your best player shooting 40% from 3, but you can't not the floor. Your field goal percentage can't be 40%.
No, because LeBron James, he can be cold from 3, but he's still going to shoot like 55%,
exactly.
right?
Even though, Skip, think about it, even those nights he went 0 for 6, 0 for 7, he's still around 48, 49%. Or 50% because he's going to go 0 for 6 from one area, and then he's going to go like 10 for 12 on the other area.
Listen, I watched LeBron James terrorize Aaron Gordon when he decided, you can't keep me from that.
Right.
I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to blow by you.
Right.
If LeBron at 38 in year 20 can do that, then Jimmy, okay, we got ankle and issues, we got all that. I just need him to say, it's now or never.
Right.
I gotta force the action. Whatever I've got left in my body, even we saw in the bubble, it feels like he'll start to hit the playoff wall.
It does.
But in Game 5, he had a sensational bubble game. Game 5 of the finals, right? Game 6 hit the wall.
But the wall.
All right.
Well, he might be due. He might be due for one of those games because it's been a while since we've seen one.
Been a while. Yeah.
I'm hoping for a good contest, guys. I don't want this to end too soon. All right. Let's dive more into Game 4 tonight. Heat, 3.5-point home underdogs to the Nuggets, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Shannon, who wins tonight?
I'm going to go with the Nuggets. I just think, Skip, they're a better team, and eventually the better team in a series will normally win the series. I love Jamal Murray's aggressiveness. He was aggressive in Game 3 like he was in Game 1. Got up to that great start because he had been struggling the last 6 quarters. He had really struggled shooting the basketball. And I think the thing is that, he wasn't aggressive enough. He opened the game like, I'm get to my spot. I'm going to drive this basketball. And, hey, I know I got my sidekick. He's not really a sidekick, but they're both sidekicks. I got yoked. And so those two got going. And then they got Christian Brown to tag along. And that's all they need, Skip. They just need another guy that's going to give them about 15, 16 points. Because they're going to do their thing. They got no answer. They don't really have anybody that can stay in front of Jamal Murray. They don't have anybody. Bam is just too small to deal with Yoke one-on-one. So you got to send help. Now you send help, Yoke's going to fight it because, like you said, he's 7 foot tall. So he can see over everybody. Bam, 6'9". So it's not like, Bam, he can't see over Bam.
And by the way, Kevin Love in the starting lineup against Joker, it was a mismatch. Yeah, I thought maybe he could bang with him, but he can't. No. He just can't.
He don't have the legs anymore. No. He doesn't have the legs anymore. And so that's what you need. You get if Yoke and Murray do what they do, all they need is about 30 points from 2 other guys.
Yeah.
Because those two's going to give you somewhere high 50s to somewhere in the middle of the 60s between the 2 of them. You look at what they're averaging as a group. You look at what they got averaging as a rebounding tandem and an assist tandem, Skip. I don't know if we've seen that in a final between a player, You got to go back, I guess, Magic and Kareem. That was the 80s finals. Kareem was averaged 33 and 14, and you know what Magic did.
All right.
But I'm taking them because I love what I'm seeing, and I think Mike Malone is like, look, we did what we needed to do, but that's not what we set out to do. We said when we lost that game that we're going to Miami and we're going to get 2 because we're down there. Skip is like, you know what? Hey, you on vacation? Like, well, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be back down here again. Let me go ahead and get another one just in case I don't get back down here soon.
Well,
I'm going to go on and get these 2 games because I don't plan on coming back down to Miami unless it's on my own dime.
On a little vacation.
Yeah.
A celebration vacation. Okay, I hear everything you just said. I'm sticking with the Heat to win Game 4 because they have to win Game 4.
Oh, they got to. Yeah, it's absolute must.
I'll be honest with you. I don't have great conviction about picking the Heat tonight. Not great conviction. If you ask me scale of 1 to 10, what's my confidence level in my pick, I'm at a 5.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, man.
But I'm going to tell you why I believe my glass is half full. I look back at the destruction that happened in Game 3, and I still say there's some silver linings because this got lost in the overall outcome in which most people, it felt like, leaped to the conclusion this series is over and the Heat are done.
Okay.
I'm going to drive home the point. The Heat actually started the game very well. The Heat early on were making shots. The Heat, through the first 2 quarters, all the way down to the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, kept threatening and threatening and trying to pull away and actually take command of the game and the series. They tried and tried. They made a bunch of shots, even though overall you look at they shot 37% for the game, 31% from 3. They still kept saying, okay, well, here, and you know who saved them. It wasn't Joker, it was Jamal. He was extraordinary in the first 2 quarters. Yeah. And I have counted up, I listed him for you yesterday. He made 8 shots in the first 2 quarters, plus 1 free throw that actually tied the game.
Right.
So it's 8 shots plus a free throw that kept them afloat.
Yeah.
Kept them from being pushed right over the cliff. He just kept saying, no.
Right.
8, it's a lot of shots. And they're sensational shots because he is a sensational shot creator and maker.
Well, Skip, they didn't dilly-dally around. Of the 16 shots the Nuggets took, Yoke and Murray took 13 of the first 16. Yep. So that lets me know that was their mindset.
Their mindset was
we going. Hey, Michael Porter Jr., we're not trying to get you going. Hey, Aaron Gordon, we're not trying to get you going. We're going to get ourselves going, and then you guys tag along. And that's it. But Gordon had a solid game. He had 11 points. He had 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Yep. He had a solid all-around game. But it was Christian Brown. Because the thing is, Skip, that Michael Porter Jr., he's 6'10", but he's not physical. He's a finesse player. He would much rather hover around the three-point line.
I agree.
But if you look at Christian Brown, when he came in, he's diving to the basket. And guess every time they find him, dunk, layup, and 1.
Fearless.
So Michael Porter Jr., when you're sitting on the bench, look at what the guys that's in there, look at how they're playing when they come with the double team, go to the basket. Stop just hanging around. You can do other things other than shoot threes. Okay. You're 6'10".
All right. I got you. I hear you. Chris Haynes had a great report that I read early this morning, Bleacher Report, that they had a closed-door meeting with just the players right after the Game 2 loss in Denver. Right. And a lot of the veterans, Jeff Green, KCP, spoke up and out and said, this is unacceptable. We have to be more focused with more energy to start the game.
Correct.
And Joker finally spoke up because he doesn't speak up very often. And nobody wanted to say, he wouldn't say what he said, but he probably laid it on the line. Not again.
Right.
So he and Jamal came out. You could just see they had a look in their eye right from jump.
I've never seen him as this aggressive this early. Agreed. He was turning and he wasn't looking to pass because a lot of times he'll hold the ball, Skip. He's looking around. Okay, there's a double team coming. He was turning, facing up. Okay. I'm finna go to work.
Okay, but despite all that, with 3 minutes left, Miami was up 1 point. I'm sorry, 3 minutes the second quarter, up 1 point.
Yes.
And then Jamal hits a 3, and they're off to the races. They never look back. Mm-hmm. And the third quarter was just absolute destruction.
That's their quarter, Skip. That's their quarter.
That's what they do. They own it. they romp and stomp on your head and your psyche in the third quarter. It was 17 rebounds to 3 rebounds.
Right.
And obviously for the game, it was 58 rebounds to 33.
Yes.
No rebounds, no rings. No rebounds, no hope.
Right.